I'd like to introduce you to a product called Women's Hormonal Balance that I formulated for a diva. Let's talk about what happens at menopause. You know, when menopause happens, what really is going on is that there are still some eggs there in the ovary. And so the body's trying to get another menstrual cycle going. But these are the eggs that have been there, you know, for 35 years they've had a chance to actually undergo ovulation. They're sitting there. They're really the least intelligent eggs in the ovaries. That's what I'm saying. So what happens is as the body tries to get another ovulatory cycle going, it secretes hormones down from a gland in the brain called the pituitary gland. These hormones come down and tell those unripened, unfertilized eggs, those immature eggs, to start to mature, but they don't respond. And so because they don't respond, the brain starts to send down even more hormones, and these high levels of hormones in the body now start to cause hot flashes and night sweats and mood swings, and can make you feel very uncomfortable, as you know. So the other thing that happens is that normally when you're having a menstrual cycle, if those eggs do ripen and mature and there is ovulation, as that egg follicle is rolling down the fallopian tube, it's secreting estrogen, and back in the ovaries you're getting a production of progesterone, so you're maintaining estrogen and progesterone levels. When you don't ovulate anymore, and that's what's happening in menopause, is that your estrogen, you're not producing the estrogen that you did when you were younger, so your estrogen levels drop down by 90%, progesterone drops down by 66%. So that also causes your body to age a little faster. And it frustrates the brain, because the brain, whenever there's low estrogen and progesterone for 5 to 7 years into menopause, is trying to get another ovulatory cycle going. So you say, well then, how could Women's Hormonal Balance help me? Well, inside here are these sort of plant-based look-alike estrogen compounds that when they get into the body, they sort of trick the brain into thinking, oh, there is some estrogen here in the bloodstream. I don't have to now over-secrete these chemicals, these hormones, and bombard the ovaries, and so a lot of the menopausal symptoms tend to calm down. We have absolute proof that each one of these ingredients, the black cohosh at this dosage in this standardized grade, the soy isoflavones, the soy extract with this many milligrams of isoflavones, and also the gamma arasenol, which is derived from rice bran oil. And in Japan, it's so effective at managing menopausal symptoms, by the way, that gamma arasenol is actually a prescription drug for the management of menopause. So I put all three of them together into this formula. You see, the reason why it's important to look at something natural today like this is because we saw that traditional hormone replacement therapy in the Women's Health Initiative study and the $1 Million study, the $1 Million Women study, showed us that traditional hormone replacement therapy was increasing risk of breast cancer by maybe 26%. It also increased risk of heart disease and stroke. Most women know that, and most doctors don't push hormone replacement therapy on women the way they did a number of years ago for that very reason. In addition to that, the soy extract in here has also been shown to help support bone density in women who are postmenopausal. It may even help to lower cholesterol levels. That's important because the leading cause of death in women over the age of 50 is actually heart disease. Your cholesterol tends to rise after the age of 50 because you lose the protection of estrogen in your body to a certain degree. So this formula containing the three most potent natural agents that have been very helpful for women going through menopause, black cohosh, soy extract, and gamma arasenol, is a potent but very effective and safe combination for women to try. The other thing to know is that I use the rights. You can't just buy any black cohosh. It has to be a standardized grade of so many triterpene compounds. And so you'll see that when you look at the label on this, or the ingredients on the website, that I used a standardized grade of black cohosh, a standardized grade of soy isoflavones, or soy extract, giving you the number of milligrams of isoflavones that are useful. That's why this product is so superior, because I'm using the most efficacious ingredients, not just any old black cohosh herb. Now, the other thing I want to point out to you is that there are some other herbs that can be effective for women, but they're dangerous, like the angelica species, dong quai, and red clover isoflavones, and licorice root. They can help to support female reproductive issues, but they contain coumarins. Notice how the name coumarin sounds like the drug Coumadin, which is an anticoagulant. That's because those herbs contain very powerful anticoagulant agents because they have coumarin in there. And some women using some of those products are showing up now with internal bleeding disorders, bleeding into the brain, behind the eye, in the GI tract, into internal organs. I would strongly suggest that you don't use any female support product that contains Dong Quai or Angelica species, red clover, or licorice root. Whereas the combination of black cohosh, soy extract, and gamma rosinol does not produce those problems because there are no coumarins in here. So if you're a woman sort of, battling through that menopausal stage of life, or even perimenopausal, you might find that women's hormonal balance will just give you a better sense of well-being. If you're a younger woman and you've been bothered by some hormone imbalance issues that maybe have led to PMS or fibrocystic breast disease or some other hormonal imbalance problems, you might find that women's hormonal balance may help to regulate your hormones with respect to those issues as well.